We have snow showers falling across northern Minnesota today with some minor accumulation, though we might see some snow squalls in the northeastern part of the state. Cold for everybody tonight into Friday. And then we're talking about that bigger storm system that brings the chance of rain, snow, and even our first thunderstorms. Take a look at these low temperatures though this morning up to the north. Single digits below zero for a lot of places. 6 below in Crane Lake, 9 below around Detroit Lakes. Yeah, winter just hangs on across, of course, most of Minnesota, but especially to the north. We are looking at the possibility of some snow squalls today in northeastern Minnesota, and those basically form similar to thunderstorms where you have instability and you get a shallow layer of rapid rising areas of air that create like sort of mini thunderstorm versions of snow showers. So that's why we could see up to a couple inches in some spots this afternoon as we see some of that daytime heating and destabilization, mostly for the northeastern part of the state. We'll probably not even see a flake in southern Minnesota. Behind this clipper though, we do all get some cold air. Tonight we're going to drop down low teens, Twin Cities, not so bad, but below zero or near zero for much of central and northern Minnesota. And high temperatures Wednesday statewide sub-freezing. I almost said sub-zero, not that bad, but sub-freezing. So it is going to be pretty chilly Wednesday. We do warm back up here Thursday ahead of that storm system. It's going to draw in some warmer air, at least for southern Minnesota. Should see high temperatures in the low 40s to even near 50, but below normal temperatures, well below normal by 20 degrees or so on Wednesday 1st. Before we see that little bit of a surge of some warmer air and more moist air moving north ahead of that system. So along the Minnesota-Iowa border, it could hit 50 degrees, but rain showers develop late Thursday into Thursday night. Thunderstorms distinctly possible here, especially along the Minnesota-Iowa border with potentially some hail in those storms. So forecast discussions are calling for the potential for some hail and maybe our first warnings of the season, especially south of Minnesota. Dew points will get up to 50 plus in south central Minnesota. Places like Albert Lee and Rochester could see 50-degree dew points, which this time of year will feel actually a little bit muggy. So that moisture moving northward will help to produce the rain and even the thunder chance in southern Minnesota. But northern Minnesota Thursday night, cold enough for snow for this first round. But look at the thunderstorm energy, or that CAPE, convective of available potential energy, does move into southern Minnesota. Low-level jet stream, one of those things we look at in the summer months, up to 70 miles an hour, just a few thousand feet above the ground, transporting that moisture and heat north into Missouri and Iowa. So not a great risk, but a marginal or general risk of severe weather potentially late Thursday into Thursday night, all the way up to the Twin Cities. So that means the chance of some actual thunder possible for the first time this season Thursday night, at least in the Twin Cities area. But the bigger risk comes Friday for areas to our south, southeastern Iowa into Illinois and Missouri, down into Arkansas. Could see the potential for some stronger, more organized thunderstorms. So that first round of moisture I talked about, mostly snow chance for northern Minnesota, with accumulations definitely possible over a couple of inches. Now, the one caveat with all of this is remember that the models are not really great with snowfall this time of year because they can't account for the compacting and melting. But Friday night, that snow chance moves further south as the cold air wraps in. But again, will we actually see what the model's raw output is? No. We'll see a lower amount of that. But the chance of accumulating snow 1 inch plus is likely. Even in the Twin Cities, it's looking like Friday night. So expect some coating of snow. Just how much, still pretty uncertain here, but the models give us anywhere from 1 inch to several inches of snow. But again, they can't account for some of that melting and compacting. You got to have it happen during the night this time of year for it to really accumulate. So when we compare the model raw output here, I'll show you the European model's raw output compared to it trying to account for that melting and compacting. So it's the net snow depth change. You can see that it's about half as much snow from what the model's raw output is. So a coating likely, but hey, we're going to get past this Saturday. Temperatures warm up. Our first 50 still looking very possible Sunday and Monday with milder temperatures into next week. So if we can just hang on, winter's icy grip is got a few more days, but then things are warming back up.